Welcome to Wild, Women in Lending Determined to Make an Impact. I'm your host, Robyn LaVassaur. They say our biggest fear isn't being inadequate, it's being powerful beyond measure. In this podcast, I will share how to break through imaginary ceilings, lean into success, discovering your purpose, and understanding how to create the business and life of your dreams. From failures to triumphs and all the tactics in between, let's jump into the wild arena together. Welcome back. I am so excited today to talk to you guys about missions. And this is not what you think. I actually go down to Guatemala one time a year. Would love to go more and see Casa de mi Padre, which is a different kind of mission, although it plays into what I'm about to talk to you guys about. And that is truly having a mission in your business, meaning you are on a mission to achieve a specific result. Why is that important? Well, I'll tell you what, just like my sweatshirt today that I got to also talk about in the last episode, and that is the Oregon Ducks. They are on a mission this year in college football to win a national championship. And I think all sports teams are always looking, right, to achieve a national championship. But there's often steps that are involved to finally get there. And we just came off of our sales retreat that we host at the company that I work for at Summit Funding and with our coaching program. And one of the things that our owner, Todd Screama, talked about on stage was defining and understanding and realigning yourself with an actual mission. And the value of that in our energy level, in our intensity level, in our focus, if you will, and ultimately our passion and purpose when it comes to doing the work that we choose to do. So in any part of life, at any given time, you should be working on a couple very focused missions. And I'll give you an example. When I think about what are missions in my life, I'll tell you what, they're the same, if you will, in terms of where I am really, really focused. They are different at any given time about what I'm trying to achieve in that area. And so I've been in lending for 27 years, and I can tell you that my mission has shifted, and I got to do a lot of reflection on this where I was like, gosh, what has my mission been? Well, when I was 19 years old, I was trying to define simply what I wanted to do long-term in a career. What I wanted to do long-term in a career. And lucky for me, I landed in mortgage. And the moment I did, I knew this was the place that I wanted to be, but I still didn't necessarily have a mission attached to it. Well, it didn't take long. And again, this is a reflection because I didn't realize it at the time. But now that I trace it, I realize that my energy level, that my passion level, that my ability to go into work really, really, really early, and I'm talking 5 a.m. some days as a 19, 20-year-old young girl, and staying until 6, 7, 8 o'clock at night some nights. Now, you guys might think that's bananas. Yes, that's bananas if I have a, husband and kids and everything else at home, but I didn't. I simply had the desire to, one, be able to pay my bills. So that's a mission in itself, right? Survival is a mission. But two, I wanted to evolve from being a receptionist into being a processor. And in order to do that, I needed to learn everything I could possibly learn in the industry to show my boss that I had earned the next role. And that next role was simply being a processor. So I traced back all of my different missions. And so I'll give you a few of mine because I think that it will really help you understand. Because sometimes I think when we think mission, it's this huge, huge, huge thing that you have to have that, and it's altruistic value, if you will. And it's actually not, and it's different than a goal. And what I mean by that is that goals are broken all of the time, right? They're like a flimsy target quite frequently. And a mission is, I'm on a mission and I refuse to quit until I get there. And when I get there, the most dangerous thing in the world is to not redefine what is my next mission. And I think in the last few years in mortgage, so many people have not been able to truly define or have lost their sense of purpose and passion, which essentially comes from a mission. So let's attach them. So I think about over the years and just taking you through a couple reflections. Hey, mine was, can I become a processor? Right? That was a big one. Then it was hey, my fiance and I, i.e. I'm getting married, need to pay for our wedding. We didn't have a lot of money, nor did our families, and we really wanted that dream wedding, if you will, for us, and had a lot of friends and family in our small town. How do we pay for the wedding? After we paid for the wedding, it was very simply, hey, actually, we were having a baby at that time. So it was hey, how do we make sure that we can provide for our children, right? After that, it was, can we buy our first home? As we progress, can we buy our first home? Then it becomes very much hey, can I evolve in the industry? Can I become a loan officer from a processor? That became a goal of mine. If you're a processor, it might be, can I become an underwriter? Maybe I don't want to go into sales. Maybe I want to go into leadership or management. For me, it was, can I get my originator's license? Can I originate 100% commission on my own? So after I received my license, can I earn a living, right? Can I earn a living? I remember being on a mission to make six figures. And I'll never trivialize that amount of money. I was very much driven to, can I break $100,000? And I'll tell you what, for this small town, only mortgagecation, that's what I call my education, is a mortgagecation girl, to break six figures was a like a huge mission. It was a massive mission, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And I was on a quest to break it. Well, once I did that, I realized for a little bit I floundered. And if I reflect appropriately, I'm like, gosh, I lost my mission for a little bit. When I got to Summit Funding, where I currently work, I went on a new mission. And that mission was, can I become number one in my branch and do it in 45 hours or less a week? I'll tell you what, I worked and was on that mission. I had number one in my branch. Then it was, can I be number one in the county? Can I become number one in the state? Can I become top 3 in the company? Can I become a coach? Can I work for the core training? Can I become a coach for the core training? Could I be a female loan officer, coach, leader, top woman producer in the country, work an appropriate amount of hours, be a mom of 5, and have an incredible marriage, and take myself, i.e. Robyn, with me on the journey to the top, to my version of the top, to my mountain? All of those, that was a whole lot of them, were missions for me. I'm on a mission right now to create a company in mortgage that I lead and coach in that will have 500 loan officers that average 10 units a month. That's a current mission for me. That's a mission for me. Now, my secret mission that's not so secret is, I'd like 50% of the top to be women, 50% of the top 10 to be women. Now, I can tell you, a mission is something that excites you. A mission is something that, you know, when you write it down, you really, really want it. And it not only maybe scares you, but it excites you, that you're willing to pursue it until you get there. A mission is not something that you go, I'll try. It's I'm on a quest and I will do whatever it takes. I will ask for help. I will develop new skills. I will put in the extra time. I will work unbegrudgingly off hours, Saturday morning, Sunday night, not begrudgingly, but passionately, because it's in alignment with what I am trying to achieve. Now, can you have 22 different missions going on in your life? The answer is no. You need to have a couple missions, maybe some personal and professional. And yes, they should all be worked on at the same time, but they might be achieved, ultimately reached in different segments. That's okay. But all of them should be something that you feel so good about talking about, looking at. And again, good is also, hey, maybe they scare me. Maybe they excite me. Maybe they, right? Whatever it is, you'll have a feeling with you. If you'd say, I think I'd like to close 5 units a month. You're not on a mission. You're doing a job. And I can tell you, I've said it my entire career, mortgage and real estate in general, sales, 100% commission sales, if you will, are too hard. It's too hard of an industry. It's too hard of a job. It's too risky of a situation to not be passionate and purpose-filled. And the missions create that. It's fun to achieve. It's fun to put in the work. It's fun to go on the journey that maybe has 2,200 failures before you reach the end goal, the mission that you were after. But you have no problem with the failure. The only thing you have a problem with is not getting to the end result of that mission, no matter how long it takes. You are committed, you are convicted. And yes, you might alter a mission. You might get to a place in your life where, like, that's no longer that no longer aligns, right? That no longer aligns, and I need to find a new mission. Our biggest risk is achieving a mission and not identifying a new one, or quitting a mission, if you will, and not identifying a new one. Life is meant to be pursued. Let me say it again. Life is meant to be pursued, and you are the pursuer. And if you're aiming for something, if you're on a mission to achieve it, it could be so small and yet so big. And again, there might be a couple that you are working on, but they should excite you. They should make you say, I have no problem picking up the phone. In fact, I will not make my calls today, not prospect, not find people to serve and help in the industry that I'm working in, because all of that gets me to my mission. Now, you might say, hey, I've achieved the big numbers or the results or the paychecks or whatever you're looking to do. Now my mission is to do it all in less time. If that excites you, awesome. You might be on a mission towards retirement and a mission towards legacy wealth, a mission towards giving back. Whatever it may be, I encourage you to write it down, share it with a partner, speak life into it every single day. Make sure that when you are looking at it, when you are writing it down, when you are revisiting it frequently, you still get that burn in your belly, that little bit of fear, that excitement, that challenge, that let's go get them. Failure is not an option, but it might be part of the journey. And if you have that in any job that you are doing, I promise you, a mission-filled life is one that you for sure are pursuing, and you will pursue it passionately. And with each achievement, you will build confidence. You will build a better version of yourself that you can then share with the person before you, the next person that maybe goes on that mission, and you will be qualified to help them. And ultimately, you will love what you do. And I love that saying that says, if you love what you do, you will never do a day of work in your life. And the truth is, mission-filled hearts, mission-filled work ultimately makes you love what you are doing, even on the days you may not like it. And that doesn't feel like work anymore. It feels like your mission. If this was helpful for you, I hope that you share it, and we will see you on the next Wild Go Ducks on the mission for the national championship.